Welcome back to the channel, Farm with Nick. Thanks so much for joining me here again on Alma, Missouri. So we are underway doing a lot of field work, actually, and also I do need to do some cattle chores with you in this episode while you're here. So let me just kind of show you what I am up to. So I'm on this side cattle farm, if you've been checking out, or this is your first time to the channel. So the main starting farm is here, and my farm is over here on the left-hand side. And I have a worker here in 33 mowing up to get some hay. And then I also have a worker here in 32, and then I've started over here in 31 doing some work, so I need to get back out there as well. And then, like I said, I have to do some cattle stuff here as well. So thanks so much for kind of tuning in here and checking out the farm here on Alma. So like I said in other episodes, I am just so happy and ecstatic to be back here on this map and playing here on this farm that I didn't play on originally. And the original map for 22 I actually played on the starting farm, and honestly that's how I actually started this YouTube channel. So it brings back a lot of memories. But after that I actually switched and went to this cattle farm kind of closer to town, and honestly I really just enjoyed that. So then my preference once that came back was to come back to this. So as of right now, let's kind of see, they're still working on some of the headlands right here. But yeah, this is a huge field, and then it has like the little opening here. But yeah, what a large field here that there is to mow. And I think last time the field like came out closer to the barn, if I'm not mistaken. It came up a little further, and then I don't know if this was like cut off back here, if this was like a separate field, but now it's one massive field. And then over here you can see our workers over here, and looks like they are skipping passes in here. I told them not to, but maybe I can go double check on them. Alright, so let's go hop over here. I guess we'll let them finish up their pass here. I don't know why they're skipping lines. I'm pretty sure I did not ask them to, but I just started up the save game and they're just getting back to work, so I don't know if that's like a default thing for them to, like, you know what I mean, like go back and default to skipping lines. I don't know. Let me toggle them off here. So AI workers, skip lines. Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure on that one here. Let's see if I just hire the worker. Are they going on this one? No, they're gonna refuse. I don't know. I mean, and I've said this before, and I think it was my first playthrough for 25 when I was on like the starting farm for Riverbend. The AI workers, no matter what they're doing or how they do it, they do seem to get the job done. So I'll give them that. Alright. Okay. We'll just let them be. Okay. Alright. So let me show you where I'm at here. So this is that field that I showed you at the start, and it's a field of vegetables that are already ready, the peas. And honestly, I didn't even want to deal with it. Now I could just kind of cheat and change the field structure, but I did not. But I have the case out here, and I purchased this, a new tiller here, cultivator, and this is, let's see, it just came out, by the way, too, but let me go check. It's in the plows, and then it's right here, so it's, oh wait, no, it's right here. It's the SAC Lizard Pack mod. So I'm just kind of trying it out. I love the texture that it gives the field. So it's these disc plows, and then it does have different sizes. So I think I put mine at 32 for the amount of horsepower, but it could go up, by the way. 48, yeah, 48's the largest. So I could get a larger one, but I thought, well, let's just try this out, and then I changed it to the John Deere paint color. So let me hop in and show you this. So I was pleasantly surprised with this. I mean, it's not fast. I'm okay with that. I know sometimes you want to get the plowing done and just call it good and get the planting and all that good stuff, but yeah, look at the texture on that. Oh, the animation is just amazing. Let me kind of zoom in here. Yeah, really cool animations. Obviously, because especially too, I'm deleting the field slowly. But yeah, this looks so neat. Love that plow texture. And I know I've said this before, and it is true. This is one of the chores I do like doing, and tasks I like doing. It just does not lend itself well to viewing. You know what I mean? It's not the most stimulating to watch a YouTuber just sit there and plow. I get it. I'll come back and fix that. But yeah, what neat texture here. Get these turns here. But yeah, if I'm just sitting, kind of relaxing, you know, kind of multitasking sometimes, doing something else, but then I can, you know, play this in the background. Definitely, this is a task I would do or opt in to doing. Alright, I'll do a little bit more with you while we're here, and then I'll probably let this go on a work or two. But yeah, definitely they will not finish this up. And oops, I can see I must have changed when I was kind of playing around. I changed the speed of the game. Now I know I wanted to go a little bit faster in the game. My one thing is, if I'm doing this, you know, because I'm on one-day seasons, even though I switched it, and it takes a whole season to change to get to 2-day months. Sorry, that's what I meant. I'm on 1-day months by default. I wish you could switch that like right away, but it is what it is. So once I get to having 2-day months, then I feel like with some of the tasks, especially with like, you know, doing hay or working on a field, you know, if I miss and don't get everything done during the game time and it goes to the next day, at least I'm in the same month and like the field doesn't change on me. Yeah, I really like this plow. I like it a lot. So yeah, playing on PC with the power tools on, I could easily just change this field state if I wanted to. I think the animations look really nice. The texture after the field is turned up. Looks really nice too. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. Okay. All right. I might come back to this. We'll see. Let's do the headland. And let's let that go on a worker. Hopefully they just start there. Are they going to start there? No, they refuse to start there. And they're just going to square up a little bit better. I was already on it from the JPS, I guess. There we go, though. Oh, cool. So maybe I could put a bigger one on there, but yeah, that's pretty neat. I mean, farmers around my area, I mean, some of them, it's almost the same kind of setup, you know. So, and the plow size too, not much bigger than that. Okay, cool. All right, let me just jump in the build mode. Let me just check on that worker. Oh, there, yeah. They're skipping so much. All right, I'll just look away. And then, where is this worker? Oh, doing another pass already. Yeah, they're doing a great job. Okay. So let's hop into the menu bar. And in the menu, so right now, let me just show you really quick again. If you're new, so I have the main red barn here. I have my calf barn right there. And then over to the side here, I have my heifer barn for the farm. And one thing I did notice, so my heifer barn is all set. I have manure. They have feed. They're all set for a little bit. The calf one, they'll be good for a little while. And how many in here? There's only 5. Okay. And then the main one, not so good. So they need feed. There is no manure heap right there. So I need to add one. And I like the extra manure. And then I have chicken. And then the main farm here, I have animals. I have sheep. I have goats too. Oh, wow. And they have horses. So I am leaving these pens. I'm not abandoning them yet. But I am leaving them just because I don't want to completely dismantle that starting farm. And I know you'll understand because, you know, if I just take everything off of here, it looks very kind of barren and empty. Now, I might end up redoing this, like I said, in some of my other videos. But for right now, I'm going to leave everything. I'm going to leave the animals. And that's why it's still going to show up in the menu. So, this farm is a little, you know, to be continued. But that's why it's going to show up in the menu as of right now still. All right, so let's go over here. We could use that one. I think I have my other John Deere over here. Yep, right with the mixing wagon. Okay, so let's hook this up. Let's get some feed in there first, and then let's add a manure pit. Now the other thing I was looking at, I'll show you this in a second, were some of the calf pens that are available now. So, or calf huts, excuse me. So some of the calf huts that are available now, I was kind of checking those out that were not available when I actually built this farm. Okay, so let's get a couple silage in here. And for right now, this is how, I'm going to be mixing my TMR. Now, one thing I am uncertain with, like I know I have my round baler, all that good stuff ready to go for hay and whatnot. But I am uncertain about the... Is he gonna turn it into TMR? Yes, there it did. Okay, it gave me it. One thing I am uncertain with is how I'm gonna do the feed exactly. Now I kind of have an idea of what I just did of doing the bales. I don't mind that. I was thinking of doing some of the silage a little bit different, like I said in an earlier video. Alright, what side is the chute on? I think it's on, I want to say it's on my side, near me. I don't know, I've used this one a couple times. Bear with me. But yeah, I kind of have some different ideas on how to do the silage, especially because I want to use this fermenting silo that is actually right next to me now. Ooh, I got it on the right side. Okay, so yeah, like that fermenting silo is right next to me. I am kind of like undecided on what I should, exactly do. If I'm just gonna only do the corn to make silage in there. And I did test it out a smidge off camera. So over here, I put some chaff in it actually. And then it should give me, yes, there is some silage in there. You can see 13,000 liters. So, and I just have it as storing right now. But if I wanted to do like TMR out of here, I'd have to put some hay and straw in. Now, the one thing about just using the mixing wagon, which I absolutely love, is I do not have to use straw. And I never knew that until, gosh, it was like a handful of months ago when I was playing on Riverbend on my other playthrough series, and I watched someone else do it. And I was like, wow, that's amazing. I don't need it. I don't need the straw, and technically I don't need the mineral feed. Alright, so they have some stuff. They'll be good for a little bit. Now they do need some straw. So, let's see. I think the last... I don't know if they can use... No, I don't know if they can use loose. So... that's fine. I have my, my straw spreader out there. I'll just go grab that. Oh, not too bad with backing up. It's one of my better jobs. If you've ever watched my playthrough series, that is not one of my fortes. In real life, I'm fine. Virtual game-wise, not as good. Alright, let's hop in here. Yep, there's my straw. Alright, and need to grab some bales. I'll just grab one for now. I feel like technically, I mean, they're only in there maybe for a little bit anyways. So I feel like I don't need a bunch of straw in there, but I'll give them some. That way I can get some manure. Now, I do need to put in that manure pit, and then I want to show you the calf one too while I'm here. Alright, we'll just grab this one. Set that in there. But yeah, it's great to be back on Alma. I'm really happy about it, really enjoying being back on this map. I feel like, in a way, too, like the textures, and I've said this before, like the colors on Alma are always just great too. Besides the map and the layout, and besides everything else that made it unique and special, making a great American farm, I feel like it's just great to be back on it, and the colors and the color palette. I should have said that, more specifically. The color palette is just great. Okay, that's not a lot, but yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, look at that. Barely got into the pen, that straw, so. Alright, not gonna spend a ton of time on that, but you get the idea. Okay, let's get into the build mode. Let's add a manure. Oops. Press the wrong button. Alright, let's add a manure heap over there. So my other one is right there, and they said that one is fine. So that'll trigger the manure there. And I always like using the manure from the cattle as a, fertilizer for the farm. So I like to keep that going. Alright, let's hop in here. Now I was thinking, and if you are playing on this map, I don't know if you have added one or not yet. I know there's quite a few of you playing on it, on the build. Let's see, what do I have here? I kind of like this small one. I don't really want, well, like that one's okay. Oop, that one, no. Kind of, oops. Now it's giving me the other trigger. Okay. There we go. I kind of like this one, just like the other. So I'm thinking of just kind of placing it in here by the tree. I don't know if that's loading. It looks like it is a little bit. I have to just kind of fix the ground. But I want to be able to kind of drive in and get that trigger. Yeah, I don't want to do that way. But this looks more like realistic. Like you would get the manure out of there, and maybe with your, your skid steer or your wheel loader, you would come in there and then place that in. Alright, now you can see you've got some leveling issues. That's okay. I keep getting the trigger for the road. Do you see that? That's what that is. Alright, just raise it a little bit. You can kind of fudge it too with adding a little bit of grass. But I don't want to do too much. I think that's fine. I know that's a little uneven, but that should be okay. Alright, and let's go into painting. I don't want to trigger keeps triggering the road there. It's interesting. Alright, this would all be animal mud. Absolutely. This whole pit. And that's good. Doesn't need to be a lot. And let's go to plant some grass around it. I think this was the medium. Oops. See, yeah, it keeps triggering that. That's a new one for me. It wasn't doing that earlier. Now it just keeps doing it. There, that looks pretty good. And then add a couple bushes around here. Just kind of softens the, oops. Yeah, I need to really go out there to get the trigger not to go. Kind of just softens the bunker there. Yeah, something like that. There, that'll be fine. So, let's see. Does it add it? It should. Let's go check it out. Yep, there we go. So, manure triggered now, so all set there. Okay, and over here, now I am undecided on this, and I just want to show you, see these calf huts that just came out? They actually came out after I made this farm build. So I have these over here. These are just decoration. And then I put this little barn in, you know, pretending this is my, you know, calf barn. Now, on other builds, I'm going to go out here. Yeah, it keeps giving me the trigger over there. On other builds, I have used these calf huts, so I have to kind of think and maybe play around with this. But, you know, if you're playing on this build, let me know what you think. Are you gonna, like, my preference would maybe be to take out the decoration and actually put one of these in. You know, you could even redo it and take out this barn and even this water tower, because honestly, it's funny, all 3 barns do not need water. So I put in this windmill water tower. It's really not necessary. It's really just there as decoration. So this would actually require the water. So I could take that out or kind of sneak these in here. Another thing you could use are these smaller ones. Now they only hold 1, but like you could line these up if you wanted, or line them up instead of these. I know this barn that I have in right now holds 20. Now I don't have that many. I have 5 in there, but you could do something like that. You could line these up, and I think that would look really good, especially with the setup that I have made. So I have to think on that one, but that is definitely an option. Just does not want me to build there. So that is definitely some food for thought. If you are playing on this, yeah, let me know. Did you switch them out? Are you keeping my setup? There's definitely room for playing around with this little corner and kind of testing it out. And I might even do this where I delete the water tower, delete this barn, delete the decorations, and then play around with maybe some different layouts with these calf huts here. So, and I might even just do that off camera, because if I am playing around with it so much, you might not even see it in the end. So, who knows? Yeah, let me know though what you're thinking for that one. Alright, let's see where they are at. Oh, we got a big patch here. They're doing really well. And they have this patch here. Okay. And then let's jump out here with our plowing. Where are they? They're way over here. Now the plowing, I'm not as like concerned with, you know, going forward with time and going into September, because that's not gonna change with that field state. I am concerned about this, you know, to get this all kind of squared away and wrapped up. And then let's jump out over here. And where are they? Oh my. Oh, they're way around the back. Now this field, oh my, they're doing little passes. Bless their soul. It's going to take them forever. Now this field, I do remember it being smaller. Like off of the pond, it had like a tree line coming out. And then this was a field, and then you had a second field here. And I know most people took out that tree line. I actually kept that when I was playing on it back in the day. So, I don't know. That is probably something, you know, I'm not going to mess around with. Okay. This worker, they are dismissed. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at this. This one is just all over. So I'm actually going to do some cutting here while you're here with me. And kind of fix up these lines. Wow. I mean, they tried. It's probably just better, honestly, to eyeball it. It's so all over, I guess. Just eyeball it here. We'll take off the GPS. So let me do some of this kind of fixing, touching this up, and then I'll let you go. But I might slow down time a little bit just to get these fields done. Wow, it is taking quite a bit of time to get all these done. But the problem is, with it being into going into September, then the grass will start growing. Then I have all this other grass still on the field, and I want to get that off the field, obviously. So I guess that's kind of where I'm at, and I'd rather get this off now and cut, and not doing it in the dark. But I know that is one thing I did want to kind of experience more. If you watched and are watching, I'll say that, my Riverbend Spring series, with that one, I really have not played in the dark at all, or really did much with that. So I feel like on Alma, I want to do that and experience that a little more. That's just my preference. So we'll see with that. Yeah, this looks better, kind of fixing these lines here. Man, this is a fast mower though. Cuts very, very quickly. I feel like if I was mowing at 14 miles an hour in real life, I'd be missing some stuff. But I guess it's pretty close. Usually mow around, what, maybe 9-10 miles an hour. So I guess it's not too far off. Alright, so I'm going to finish up there. Thanks for kind of tagging along, so you kind of see where I'm at with this this field. Get the idea. I want to finish getting this cut up, and so the next time, hopefully, fingers crossed, you see I raking it up, and also kind of getting the tedder out here, all that good stuff, and getting close to baling. So I'll let you guys go there. Thanks for joining me. If you're just kind of finding the channel, I'd love to have you tag along, join the Farming with Nick community, and follow me as I'm playing here on the Alma, Missouri map, which I've said it many times, and really just pinching myself. I'm loving being back here on Alma. So thank you again for joining me, and I hope you guys have a good one. Thank you so much for watching again. Take care.